Sammy. Mhm.
You're muted.
Sammy muted himself. Jesus.
It was very animated.
Hello and welcome to Workhorse Wrestling Network. You are gathered with us tonight for the Cookout podcast, where we talk about what's cooking up in the world of professional wrestling.
It would not be Workhorse if it went off without a hitch.
Listen,
Oh
I
man.
saw Sammy just smiling, and I was like, somebody said something. I was like, hey. And then I saw Sammy in my move, and I was like, go ahead, Sammy. And then Sammy was mute, and I was like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Okay. So,
How y'all
To be
doing?
fair, I did not mute myself, so I didn't
listen.
realize.
We were all talking right before the music came on. And Sammy, you the only one who didn't come off. Like a Sammy problem, okay? Sammy.
Uh,
Also, Sammy, I'm gonna need you to be a little bit earlier on what you need to get done, okay? Uh, ladies and gentlemen, tonight on the Cookout, we're gonna be talking about our favorite top 10 current, ladies and gentlemen, current wrestlers. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
favorite.
Yeah. Not
Favorite.
all time.
Not best. Not all time.
See?
Favorite.
Favorite. You see, it says favorite.
Favorite.
Because ALW said favorite, and I made sure it said favorite.
Because my lists are different if it's best and favorite, so I got to be
Mhm.
perfect which one we're doing. So
Bias
Okay.
is involved.
we
Ladies
will
and
not have
gentlemen.
Tanika tonight. Unfortunately, she's going to be missing the cookout this evening. So if y'all
Oh.
came for her, she ain't here.
But still, like and subscribe. Don't let her stop you, okay? Don't let it stop you, okay? Stay. Don't listen to him. Stay. Okay? But ladies and gentlemen, who are we round robin it, or are we just all doing our 10? Because me and Sammy got picked.
We always round robin the top 5.
So we can give our 10 through 6 through 10 or 10 through 6, and then our top 5 will round robin. How's that?
Okay.
Anybody want to shout out an 11 that almost made your list, but you're like, eh?
Yes.
No.
I don't know why he's not on that list. Adam Cole was probably 11.
For me, I'd say number 11 would have been Malachi Black.
I didn't go past that. I just stuck to 10, and I barely made it there.
I
So-
started writing names down on a piece of paper and realized I had like 45 or 50, and so I had to start crossing names off. And I was like, okay, this is going to get real hard real quick. So,
That sounds like
All
a
right,
wrestling
so
song.
y'all want me to start it off?
sure. Go ahead. Give us
You
number
You
10
got pictures?
through 6.
You got
Yes.
pictures for me, Dolores? All right, number 10, the number 1 woman in TJPW. It is Miyu Yamashita or Yamashita.
Yamashita.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah. Quality wrestler.
All right, and then we got number 9, the megastar himself. I'm talking L.A. Knight. Yeah.
Interesting. All right. Yeah, he didn't make my list. Well, let me rephrase that. He was on my big list of like 45 or 50, but he didn't make the cut. He probably went out around 20 or so. But he's definitely, I love LA Knight. I liked him as Eli Drake. I've been liking him for a long time.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, same here. Number 8, he's got a new show on Peacock. He's so freaking intimidating, he made his hairline grow back. I am talking about the Samoa Joseph.
Yep, he was right off my list too.
I just
When
want
he comes, when he comes to beat your ass, you ain't gonna do I'm gonna be over there cheering for him. I'm gonna tell him exactly what it was. Them two over there. Not the ladies. The ladies love you, Joe. It's the dudes.
I have no hate about it. Like, I was just like, man, his hair's starting to look thinning, and then like a week later, it's like, man, his hairline's looking fresh. Wow.
Yeah,
like, I don't know if he like talked shit to it in the mirror or something, but man, it
was
popped back quick.
It was not us, Joe. It was not us.
I also want to clarify to Joe. The reason why you're a little slimmer is because Sammy gave me his picks 5 minutes before, so I had to do a rush job. Okay, and I did the best I could, Joe. But you look good. You look good. Okay,
Oh,
you look
he
good.
always looks good.
Yeah. Well, you gonna look good when he stomp you out too.
All right. Number 7. The Mad King himself, loving him in New Japan, Eddie Kingston.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He's on my list. I won't tell you which number, but he's on my list as well.
And rounding up my 6 through 10, number 6, bang, Adam
Dang.
Cole, baby.
Yeah,
Why does
like I
he look
said, I
like he's
think he was
supposed to
number
be on the
11.
circle?
I
He
think he's
looks like
trying
he's
to
got a
look like
halo, huh?
No,
Well,
he for real looks like y'all might not have ever seen it, but
yeah,
it's like
I
a reality show called The Circle, and he
think
look
yeah.
like he gonna be in the circle.
Yep.
Yeah, see, I didn't know Sammy Six, and I chose a video game background for one of my people. So I was like, dang, Sammy, and that's the best one I could think of without him looking like a fool. So,
Boom.
Boom.
oh, matter of fact, since you want to say boom,
There you go. All right. Who's going next?
you will feel.
I'll go next. Dolores wants to go last, clearly.
She got
I,
pictures, and
all right.
I already called last all the time. Dolores, you can go next.
And
Okay,
CM, and CM just
I
has
will go
last
next.
permanently.
I will go last. I got to figure out I don't count.
All
Uh,
right. I guess I'll. You want me to go next, or are you going?
I'll go. That
Okay,
way,
go
me
ahead.
and Sammy can tag team on bitch. Uh, again, Sammy must have been in my head, but a different way. My last pick was
Uh,
Rena
all
Yamashita.
right.
Okay,
Nice.
okay.
Mm.
Nice.
My number 9 pick, El
Oh,
Hijo
all
del
right.
Vecino.
Yeah, can't argue with either of those. Those were two really solid picks.
My eighth pick, Trinity.
Yeah,
Nice pick.
yeah,
My
yep,
seventh pick, Will I.
hmm yep. He's on my list as well. Not number 7, but he's on my list.
Now, my sixth pick, I chose her because I love her, and I put her above Will Ospreay because she's been killing it everywhere, everywhere.
Mm.
Masha Flavia.
Ooh, all right.
Mm-hmm.
I
So,
like Dolores' list. She went a little out of the box. I like it. I like it.
Uh, Shout out the Masha and Miyu Yamashita match. If y'all want to check that out, it's on YouTube, I believe.
I'll have to look at
But
that.
if you want to watch a Miyu match, if you're not familiar with her, that's one to check out.
All right. I guess that makes it my turn, huh?
yeah, and if you all have one of the people, we'll just click it.
Yep, yep. So number 10, Emi
Mhm.
Sakura. She's one of my
Hmm.
favorite women to watch. I love her to death. Can't get enough of her when she was on TV more. Number 9, as Dolores knows, is my twin, my spirit animal, Gringo Loco.
Yep.
Anytime I see his name on a card somewhere, I got to go out of my way to watch that match. Number 8 is probably my favorite current Japanese wrestler. Well, yes, he's got to be because he's on this list and he's the only one on there. Shingo Takagi, the big man. So I love Shingo. Number 7, Ricky Starks.
Oh, see,
Num-
you tried to kill the Nika. Okay.
Number 6 is Willow. Willow Nightingale rounds out my top or my bottom 4, 6, bottom 5, 6 through 10. So that's
Listen,
me.
I don't know if anybody else saw it, but I will post it as soon as I find it again. That somebody said Ricochet gave Logan Paul the Ned Flanders kick in the face, and they couldn't talk about it. And it does.
Uh,
It does look like the Ned Flanders kick. We kicked that lady and knocked her stuff out here.
that's funny. All right, CM, you can't wait no longer.
I could, I really could, but I'll be nice. Number 10 is the Golden Elite. Number 9 is House of Black. 8 is Samoa Joe. 7 is Willow, and 6 is ABC. See, when y'all don't define and confine me to spaces, I can say all the tag teams
You
that
can tell other people.
You did
Well,
say
we did say wrestler, but
tag team is it counts as one.
they are wrestlers, but
They
They
are all
united.
wrestlers.
They
They all
they
are
united
wrestlers.
in their love of wrestling.
Eh.
We
I
love
started
no
doing
races.
it.
We
I was
just
like, I ain't gonna do that.
party, okay?
Okay, so who's gonna start off round robin?
we'll keep it the same. I'll
Go ahead and
go
go. Number
first.
5, Sammy.
Number 5, Will Ospreay.
Will Ospreay. Yeah, he's on
I,
my list. He's in my top 5. You'll get it
I
here
do
soon.
not like you, Sammy. Okay,
He
my
might be the best, but he's my 5th favorite.
see, I had a 7, but my fifth pick, right above Masha, Kenny Omega.
Oh yeah, yep. Omega is on my list as well in my top 5. My number 5 is the man, the man with the name that always makes me laugh, Speedball Mike Bailey, and it only makes me laugh because I always think of Speedball as a drug, so it always makes me laugh. So, Speedball Mike Bailey rounds out my top 5.
I have Adam Cole.
Cool.
Oh, so you got see, look, she got G.
What? There's something off also about that picture beyond just the background. Like his head doesn't look like it's sitting right on his shoulder.
That's how
He looks a bit like a bobblehead.
Yeah, it does. And his body looks all square. Like,
listen, it was either that or I had like 99 choices of him squat in the squat position and his crouch out. So I thought this might be the best option.
we wanted to see his crotch though.
No. See, even the cat don't agree.
The
See,
cat don't agree.
cat don't agree.
Well, the cat wants Finn Balor.
Actually, I need to change that.
All right.
It's actually John Moxley.
Is your number 5?
Oh,
I want to apologize for this, okay? Because it saved a different color, okay?
Oh, God. Oh,
Nothing wrong with
Jesus,
that.
help me. Y'all, so y'all did not see it, but when they put up Adam Cole and they just started talking shit, I had just took a sip of water and almost died because these assholes want to talk about Adam Cole as a damn bobblehead and shit.
Listen, a lot of them look like bobbleheads on Sammy. I don't know who he. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I crossed that finish line with 2.2 seconds left, okay? She shoot. She just hit the backboard, but it scored, okay?
All right,
Uh,
Sammy Joe, number 4.
number 4, the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson.
He's the American.
He's on my list too. We're just in slightly different orders when it comes to a couple things here.
okay. I just did Kenny Omega. I am going to go for my sister, the bad one. Shattering glass everywhere. Jade Cargill.
Oh, all right.
Does she
Number
count as
4.
current? Because she might not come back, so she don't come back.
Listen, she current to me. When she came out with Big Boss Vet thinking all the pretty girls walk like this, I was like, I know you. Me and you got the same brain, girl.
Loved it. The stroll, not so much.
She tried her best. She tried her best.
She did, and I appreciate that.
And then
All
she
right. Go ahead. Sorry.
ALW.
Yeah, my number 4 is the belt collector, Kenneth the Cleaner Omega.
Okay, here it comes.
Not from North Carolina.
Shoot name.
Kenneth Omega.
Tyson.
I had to hear everybody's shoot name today when I looked up things.
Oh no, on Being the Elite, when they're talking about Kenny, outside of Kenny, they say shoot name and say his real name, and that lets him know, like, drop the persona for a second and then come back to it. It's like the most hilarious thing because he'll literally be in the middle of cutting a Kenny Omega promo. They'll say shoot name Tyson, and he'll be like, yes, and then go back to the promo, and it's a little creepy, but it's cool.
That's funny.
It's no, I gotta find a good clip of it because that he's mild mannered and calm in real life, but when he's Kenny Omega, he's not, and it's
He's not- I think it's to you, Sam. I think it's your number 4.
yeah. Y'all thought I was gonna go a whole list without mentioning Trisha Dora,
Oh, wow.
For her,
huh?
I started to put her. I love her so much.
It's the Lariat Tubman. Cause you remember on Black Twitter for a while the rumor was that Harriet Tubman babies to keep them quiet.
Listen, I had a whole picture that I was gonna put on the background with her with Maki Ito, and she got her stretched out, and she's like with her tongue hanging out, and I'm like, girl, I needed that.
She is a star on the rise. Just Trisha Dora. Her and Layla Hirsch is gonna be my thing, and I am gonna be so happy to see that again and again and again and again. Thank you, ROH.
Sammy, about to be said.
All right.
Start
Well,
the top
y'all been
3.
waiting for it. Here we go. My number one favorite women's wrestler.
Oh.
It is Julia.
Wait, she's not
number
your
3.
number one overall favorite?
No, she's number 3.
No.
She 3.
Holy shit. I did not see you not picking her for number one.
Yeah.
I mean, you should have a pretty good guess as to who my number 1 and 2 are, though.
I'm shocked.
I'm trying to think of who you haven't said yet.
My number 1 actually changed. My number 4 from last year is my number 1 this year.
Yeah, I definitely don't remember your number 4 from last year. No way.
Mm-mm.
All right, Dolores. Who's your number 3?
My number 3 is not only fine, but he holds gold. Okay, and he is him, Carmelo Hayes. I had to make it Carmelo fine. I had to make him a star here. I had to make him a star. Yes, he is him.
That's funny as hell.
Not his the eye. He's the girl. Okay. I see whose poster you got over by your bed. Like when you see Ariana there.
I'm about to print that out. Put it right above the headboard. Hey,
big old. She need a Carmelo Hayes fat head on her wall.
Listen, my next 2 after that, they are fine too. They are fine too.
No.
All right, my number 3 has been said by one person, I think, so far. Maybe 2 of you. At least, no, I think it was only Sammy that mentioned. Number 3, the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson. Every time I see him on the card, I got to go out of my way to watch that match. You always know it's going to be a banger. He hasn't had a bad match in I don't know how long. I mean, I can't remember
Maybe
the
ever.
last bad match he had. Yeah, maybe ever.
Even guys known for bad matches, he has good matches with.
Yep, for sure. All right, see, I'm number 3.
The Mad King.
Eddie Kingston. All right. I knew he was going to be on all of our lists.
Come back to Twitter, Eddie. Come back to Twitter, please. You made my day. You made my day much brighter.
Speaking of guys who are on all of our lists, my number 2, last year's number 1, it is Moxley.
Ken Moxley.
Yeah.
Moxley.
Okay.
All right. My number 2 has been said by several people, so we all have on most of our list. Will Ospreay is my number 2. Number 2. Can't go wrong. Never has bad matches. I haven't seen a bad Will Ospreay match.
He might be the best wrestler in the world.
He might be the best wrestler in the world right now.
My number 2.
Oh, did I skip you? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
My bad. No. Wait. Oh, my bad.
My number 2 is great and beautiful, and I love her.
Oh, you asshole.
He's funny. Money, money, yeah. That's what
He
I'm
said,
talking
"Oh, you asshole!
Fucking ass.
You
I thought I was
asshole!"
gonna be the only one to have her at my number two spot, but it's money.
about. Okay, so since you already got talk about your love for money.
So you both
Me
got
and
her at number
ALW,
two.
me and ALW both talked about it before on can we put Mercedes on our list considering how little we've seen of her this year, and we both decided against it.
That was the only reason that
Um,
we didn't, was just because she didn't have more wrestling this year.
but it's our favorite,
Yeah,
so
no, you're right.
whatever.
She
Money.
makes me very, 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 very happy every time I see it.
Oh yeah,
Her little
Oh
dance.
yeah.
I can't wait for her to come back. I want to see more of her, and like there was a spot for her on this list, and
Who is it
Yep.
in Lij? I forgot just that quick with the man. Dra.
Dralistico?
Yes, she was training with him the other day.
So I think we're at number one because CM had the same number two as Dolores.
So
No
Sammy,
idea.
number one.
all
Number
right,
one favorite current
number
wrestler.
one, and has not been named by anyone yet,
Mm-mm.
No,
which it is Sami Zayn.
Oh, all right. You just like him because you guys got the same name.
I also love his theme music. I think he's had a wonderful story. I mean, it's been a little rough the last like 6 weeks, but hopefully they come back from that. Last night was a good sign, in my opinion.
Sami Zayn, can't go wrong with that one. That was not who I expected to be at the top of your list, but that is a good pick. Miss Dolores, you're number one.
see,
Current.
I should have did my first mind and did like CM and took faction, but I chose this person because they are fine, smart, narcissistic, and great. The tribal chief.
Oh, you did not. Here we go.
Yes, bask
Oh,
in his glory.
I know
What a
exactly.
name to follow
Boo.
Sami Zayn.
Oh, boo.
Go ahead.
My number one and your number one. Wow. Please tell me you got Kevin Owens for your number one, ALW.
I do not have Kevin Owens as my number one. I said I had this guy on my list when you guys all mentioned him and you guys hadn't heard me say him yet, so you got to know he's at my number one. My number one
Mm.
current, very favorite wrestler to watch on the planet, when I see his name, I got to watch him, is the Mad King, Eddie Kingston. I've been watching him since 2016 when he was involved in Evolve, and I can't say enough about him. Just what he deserves for what he's gotten is amazing. I mean, the fact that he's got a title now and the fact that he's getting over in New Japan right now, I couldn't be happier. So he is my very favorite current wrestler on the planet.
Now CM.
Miss
Let
CM to round it off.
We all know my favorite. Trinity! We love Trinity.
Trinity.
I love Trinity. Congratulations, Trinity. Oh, you winning your belt. I'm so proud of you. You are the only woman to have won the tag team belts in WWE, the women's singles in WWE, first FCW women's champion, and now Impact Women Knockouts champion. So congratulations, Trinity. For all those who want to talk shit, she got belts.
Just out of curiosity, is it 1A really for her and Mercedes? Why is Trinity just above Mercedes? Just out of curiosity.
Because I like Trinity better.
Okay, I was just asking. Just asking.
Well, Trinity is to some people. She is more relatable, like somebody you can relate to. She's very nice. Her character's nice and bubbly. Whereas I, on the other hand, relate to Mercedes because she can be a hole and she want her money. Definitely.
I mean, in all honesty, in real life, I would relate more to Mercedes just based off of her life path. However, for me, Trinity is more athletic. Um, and I like watching her matches more. As much as I like Mercedes, I swear I got so tired of her and Charlotte that I just wanted to take a nap every time they would come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you let us know what your top 10 is or top 5. or whatever is. Um, that went by really quick. That was
I was gonna say that went by really fast. Well, normally we have Anika. Normally we talk a little bit more too, but yeah, that went by really
yeah.
fast.
But we
We
Also, Anika makes hers up on the go.
That's true. So it always does take a minute or two longer.
I think
We
I
always
think
do make it.
I think she be prepared. Sometimes she be prepared. Sometimes she be
but we
prepared.
also haven't talked about Collision.
We have not talked about collision at all.
Can we not? I'm saying. That's exactly. First of all, I want to talk. Let's start at the ending. That was the best part. Um, I like to say I give Don Callis credit. He can be an a hole sometimes, but when he know uh we're late enough, when he know when shit gets hot, he know to get the hell up out of it. And I give him credit for that. You like, hey, you can't be doing this. It's getting hot. We got to get up out of here. I give him credit for that because I would when to catch the whole thing from Dynamite onto Collision. I don't understand why he's in this beast. It's not helping him, and then the fact that he got pulled out on Wednesday, and it seems him in that pleather is not working for me. So to see him every week, or see Don every week trying to hype him up, and he hasn't gotten there. At what point do we stop? What was that?
Because I'm wondering on what world you live on that Takeshita isn't getting where he's supposed to get.
I mean, like as far as you, some people, I personally would like to see him where he could possibly eventually be independent of Don. Like he wakes up one day and realizes he's a piece of crap, and then he doesn't need him no more. But I'm afraid at this point it's gonna be like an MJF Wardlow situation. And when you separate these two people, he's gonna open his mouth and I'm gonna be like, nah, I'm just not that interested in you.
I think we have a lot of time between now and then, though.
But where does he go after this? After this feud, where does he go after this? Because right now,
He
his
goes to
feud with
face
the
Kenny
elite is
Omega. He goes to face Kota Ibushi. He goes to face Hangman. He
so
goes
he's
to
just gonna
face
face all the
his
elite and
his
possibly get his
whole
butt kicked
beef.
repeatedly.
His whole beef is with the elite. He joined BCC to beat up the elite.
But
His ultimate goal
also
is
he,
to beat Kenny Omega.
So
but also he's
he's
getting a
an upgraded
faction.
elite counter.
Yeah,
Like
he just
Don has said it several times. Like it's not just gonna be him. It's not just Takeshita. It's gonna be a faction to try and take on the elite.
But
The
in the
Dallas family.
meantime, you have to catch the chewing up pins and getting looking stupid half of the time. What is that doing for him? At least Wardlow was the right hand man who actually had who did the job. Yes, he lost to Cody, but Cody had to fight tooth and nail to get that loss. Takeshita is losing to people, and you looking at him like he's beating jobbers but losing to stars. At what point is
I'll,
that building him up as a character?
I'll say at least on the plus side, he is a decade younger than Wardlow, so he has plenty of time to swing it back around.
I mean, I don't have that feeling about him at all. I haven't seen him take what I would call a bad L yet. Not in my opinion. I mean, he's taken a couple losses, but they've all been to quality wrestlers in situations where, yeah, I mean, he's probably the guy that should be taking the loss. But I think his trajectory is fine, and I think he looks really strong and really good right now. I mean, I'm here for it. I don't have any problem with it at all.
Yeah,
I don't think
I
they're
don't.
moving too slow or too fast. I think they're moving just perfect with him, and I like him with Don
I,
Callis. I really like him with Don Callis, and I like the new heel to catch it.
I mean, who knows? He did have the feud with MJF. If MJF is going babyface, maybe he takes the title off of him.
Ooh,
oh,
that's a stretch, but I mean, I'm not
yeah.
sure quite ready for that yet. But
Oh yeah, I was stretching for that one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like we've seen Wardlow do it. We've seen a whole handful of people who come in. We have potential and hope for them, and then we see them just drop and disappear. I finally want somebody to come in that's not a main star and be appealing to the point where I want to see them. Even MJF as a heel, I can be like, I absolutely hate sometimes some of the stuff he does, but it makes me want to watch week to week.
I
Takeshita coming
mean,
up with that pleather on does not make me want to watch it.
Takeshita was supposed to leave like half a year ago, but the fans loved him enough that he decided to stick around. He was supposed to go back to DDT.
Yeah, but think
I,
about it. I
I
mean,
feel fortunate we still got him.
how many wrestlers has AEW the fans love, but they treated them like crap? And so it's like now you see another person who has potential that if you build the right way could be a star. And you can also take him and put him in different places and situations with different companies that will work out. And they just doing it's like booty crap. It's like what are you doing? I want him to get that shocking victory where it's like, oh my God. He, I don't think they're gonna give that against like a Kenny Omega or I don't think they will like let him have a shocking victory where it's like they're fighting for a contendership for the title or something like
One thing I will say is when Hangman was the champion, he challenged Hangman for the title. MJF is champion, he challenged MJF for the title. Like they are keeping him in the mix as being at least upper mid,
Yeah,
at least.
I agree. I agree with
that. So
that.
you would put him in upper mid. At what point would you say he needs to just start whooping the crap out of the top of people?
I mean, I'm ready for that now. I mean, I'm ready for him to get a big win. I mean, I can see him getting a really big
Yeah.
win now. I mean, that's. But I mean, at the same time, like it doesn't have to happen now too. I think his push was happening at a fine speed. I mean, it would be great if he got a huge win now, but I mean, he shouldn't be beating MJF for the title tomorrow. That's way too fast. I mean, you know what I mean. I mean, he needs to if he wants to, a TNT title or a beat Cats or OC for that belt for a minute or whatever or something. I mean,
Yeah.
and and
OC would
then
be a nice shout.
yeah. So I mean, and give him a little bit of a title run. But I mean, I don't really have a problem with anything that they've done with him so far. I like the switch to heel. I really like him with Don Callis because obviously Don Callis is a great talker. Um,
Yeah, if you had told me switching him to heel, I would have said, how's that going to work out? Like the fans love him, but then pairing him with Don Callis, he's getting the biggest boos in the
Yeah.
entire show.
yeah. No, I agree. I agree.
Yeah. But I look at him like I compare him to some of the other people who I've seen had bigger pushes, and I'm like, I wish it. I mean, you keep shoving Cedric Guevara
Hmm.
down his doggone throat week after week and trying to get him big wins and big matches. I'm sick of that.
Yeah. I mean, people can feel how they want to. I mean, a lot. Sammy's a polarizing guy because you either love him or you hate him, right? To a certain extent, but the reality is that you love him or hate him. The fact is he's a really good wrestler, so I understand why he's on a lot. But at the same time, I'm not a big Sammy Guevara fan either. No, they definitely haven't pushed Takeshita quite like him, but at the same time, he's not the same. Takeshita is a foreign wrestler who's gonna it's a whole different situation. I mean, he's not even the same kind of wrestler. So I don't know. I mean, to me, they're kind of apples and oranges. But yeah, I mean, I can see the difference that you're talking about.
Hmm.
For me, here's a
Speaking of
question I want to ask
Collision,
coming out of Collision. Acclaimed took another L, and Daddy Ass looked like he was not happy with them when he walked away and kind of pushed his way through them on the stage going to the room. Are we seeing the end of this Billy Gunn Acclaimed relationship? And what is the future of the Acclaimed? It feels like they've fallen off a lot since losing the titles, and I don't like it because I'm a huge Acclaimed fan. What do y'all think?
The way they made it sound like Daddy Ass retired. And then they've been pushing this narrative online with him like laying down, catching his dog. This is what retirement looks like. I think that's what his wife tweeted out. It's just been a whole thing. So I don't know. And then you had some of the wrestlers actually kind of wish him well on his retirement. So I don't know if this is like an inside thing that they just joking around with. They kind of go along with the storyline, or is something that he's legitimately done and just like I can't do this no more. So if it is, I wish him well. He's done better than most people his age because you see the decline. I mean, we've talked about it a lot. Takeshita and Ishii, I hurt every time I see them come out in the ring. Because like you said, your grandpa off to fight. That's not right. But at least he's kept in shape and he's kept, good at what he does. He doesn't go past that. Because, I can't high fly, flip, and all the rest of that. I don't do that. And I ain't going to try that. But at least he's maintained that level. It ain't like he going out sad.
He's wrestling the same match he did 30 years ago, and it's still a great, solid match.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, his style
Like he
of
hasn't
wrestling,
had to
he's
change
able to
nothing.
do- Yeah, his style of wrestling, he's able to do, even at this age. So he was never a big high flying guy or any of that kind of stuff. So
He's also still in amazing shape for himself.
100%. What do you guys think about the Acclaimed? What's their future like?
They're gonna turn heel.
Huh?
They're gonna turn heel.
You think they're going to turn heel? Interesting. What about you, Sammy? What do you think?
If they want to stick with trios, it wouldn't be a too bad shout if they were to join together with Ricky. He recently turned heel himself, and that would be very good contenders against House of Black right there.
Yeah, I'd be here for that. Heel Acclaimed with Ricky Starks? Yeah, that sounds like that would be fun. I'd be all happy for that.
Yeah.
Or at least I'd be interested to see how it plays out. I mean, that'd be. Yeah. What else happened on Collision?
Ricky Starks was walking to the back after the match, and I was just like, man, I'd love it if Jushin just came out with a steel chair right now.
No.
Well, we finally saw Christian face people whose dads may still be alive.
I don't think Punk. Punk's dad might be like
I said may because I'm not 1,000% certain.
Yeah, because Punk's story. Let me reframe it like that for ladies and gentlemen. So I won't get it wrong. Punk's story is that his dad was a severe alcoholic when he was a child, and Punk is older, and I don't think you can go that much older with bad organs. So
you built your entire life around your daddy.
I got
this whole straight edge thing is only a thing because your daddy was a drinker. Yeah, and Christian could work with that.
It's actually could you say their daddy dead if their daddy ain't around? Like their daddy went for some milk and never came back. But we don't hear about Darby Daddy. So maybe he just left for a pack of smokes and some milk and never came back.
I disagree with the whole age thing. I have family members who are well into their 80s with psoriasis of the liver.
Yeah.
It's just luck of the draw, to be quite honest. If we were going by that, I probably wouldn't be here. So
I know my liver be trying to betray me if I was drunk, and it'd be like, "Hey, let's go." I was like, "What?" And then when they tell you can fix it, and you be like, "Okay," and then come to find out you can't fix it at all. Like, what's the purpose? Don't tell me something.
I'm very happy to see Christian in this role. I'm happy to see him getting this last run again. It's been amazing. He's been incredible. Captain Turtleneck is one of the best heels in wrestling right now. I mean, his whole role with Luchasaurus, calling himself the champion. We the champion. He's a champion. I'm the champion. It's hysterical. I mean, you can't get. I mean, everything he does is gold right now. And he was brilliant in WWE, and now we get to see him again with one last run here, and it's amazing. I wish Edge would come over and we could get one last Edge and Christian run. It's not going to happen, but I wish we could.
No, we leave Adam where he's at. Adam made his decision. Let Jay flourish because Christian Cage will forever be a better wrestler than Edge.
I agree with that.
It's just
I think Christian always carried that team. I just liked them together.
Listen, for the 15th on-thought week, I've had to type in Miro versus question mark. And it's always somebody who he shouldn't be facing. When is he gonna face somebody worth facing? Nick Camarato. Nick Camarado. When I had to type that out, it made me sick. Nick Camarado. And the match lasted 1 minute and 30 seconds. What was the reason? He does this every Saturday. They're like Miro versus a mystery partner. And now I've got another hint that it's not gonna be anybody worth typing. So I always put Nick Miro versus question mark. And as soon as I go to type their name in before I even get to the next letter, it's over with.
Yeah, I mean, for what it's worth, I mean, and not that he was ever on the front burner, not that he was ever considered a big player, but Nick Camarado has been dropped off the face of the map. I mean, he was part of the factory, and in almost every match they were in, he had that hat for a minute, and it was his little gimmick for a minute, and I mean, I like the guy. I'm not quite sure what the issue is. I think he has personality in the look. He's got a decent moveset.
Oh,
Yeah, they jobbed him out to Miro here. I mean, obviously he makes Miro look great because the dude's a big tough guy, and Miro, destroyed him really quick and shows how big and strong Miro is. But poor Nicky, like I feel bad for Nick
well,
Camarado.
our introduction to him, he had that feud with Dustin Rhodes, and Dustin Rhodes had like a wooden chair or a wooden stool or something, and it was gimmick. So like as soon as he hit him with it, it like shattered,
Yeah,
and Nick Camarado no sold it and just turned around to Dustin Rhodes. Like that was our introduction to him, and like
right.
how do you go from that to this?
To this, yeah,
I
yeah,
think what hurts me now about AEW is that you get to know characters. Mind you, Cody left of on his own volition. But you get to know a group of wrestlers. You get invested in them. You want to watch them every week. And then all of a sudden they just disappear off your TV, or they jobbing, or they a sidekick. Um, Nala Rose went from being the star to the first person everybody had to face when they came to now she's a sidekick for the problem, who is a problem because they're not letting her wrestle and she loses. It's like, at what point is it we're gonna keep these people? I thought you all were for pushing the newer people to face the top stars, and now it's just like I'm looking at Jericho every week. He's taking up my time talking and running around with a baseball bat. Where you could have put two or three newer people up there. You're having who was on there? Sky Blue, who was doing good, and I was interested in getting to see her more. Get beat by Taya in less than 9 minutes.
So with Jericho, I think he's either A, going to team up with Takeshita, or B, he's going to feud with Takeshita. I don't see any other possible story playing out aside from those two things with Jericho right now.
I think Jericho is in this weird thing where all the young people in the group are supposed to be like turning against him, but we went through that 6 different times. And he always like a bloodsucker finds some other people to get to suck the youth from somebody else.
Yeah, I mean we've talked about this, right? This is one of the issues that AEW has because Tony Khan is a wrestling fan as much as he is a boss of these guys, and so he's still a Jericho fan and wants to see Jericho. He thinks Jericho still has legs, so he puts him on TV. He wants to see Sting, in his mind Sting still has legs, but we can argue whether he does or he doesn't, but whatever remains to be seen. But he has these guys that he still loves and wants to put out there, and they're his regulars. So, and yeah, he doesn't push a lot of the younger people enough, or the people that that we want to see as fans pushed more. But I mean, we're used to that, right? I mean, that's what WWE's been doing for years too, right? So
I would like to shout out AEW's tag division though, and trios division, because like, man, they got such a roster. It is phenomenal. Like, well, you said Sting, so Sting and Darby, FTR. You got the Bang Bang Gang with the Guns. MJF and Cole, which is the hottest story going on in the company right now. The Young Bucks. I'm wanting to see a trio of the Golden Elite, Hangman Page, Kenny Omega, and Kota Ibushi. Like, they very well could be the next trios champions. Like, House of Black, the champions right now. Death Triangle, the former champions. You got the Acclaimed, BCC. Also, who I want to be the next ROH champions, Naturally Limitless. And we got Slapnuts 2.0, QTV, I guess, which is new, but like,
yeah,
that's quite a roster.
It is. It's very deep. I mean, Tony likes tag teams and he cares about tag team wrestling and the trios division as well. So yeah, I mean, that's all fun. I mean, that's definitely fun. At the same time, I do get. I mean, we do need to see some of the younger guys pushed a little bit more, for sure.
My thing about it, I don't know if you all saw when I sent it in the chat about the document, like short documentary they did on YouTube with what's his name, Sunny Kid, and about his story, and he even was like, I wonder why I'm not getting pushed. And you see lines and lines of people coming to see him, and he says this has happened so many times, and he's wrestling in like a backyard promotion almost. It's like he has potential. People want to see him. I know I want to see him.
Yep.
Not him, excuse me, they. See they. More, and it's not right that you introduce us to Sunny. We get to know Sunny. We love Sunny. We want to see more of Sunny, and then you just look like they just disappeared, and that's not fair. Even with Nala, it's not fair. It's a lot of other wrestlers that I know on a daily basis. I go, I wonder whatever happened to them, and then they disappear. For instance, what was the Out of the Jungle Express, the Marco Stunt? He just disappeared. I was like, what is that? Like he was in a storyline, and then he just disappeared. And then next thing you know, he was like, well, I'm taking bookings, and I'm just. You broke up the Jungle Express for what? You
Well,
had Luchasaurus and them feud against each other for him to choose Christian and Christian to help and turn his back on uh, Jungle Boy.
to be fair with Marco, his contract was expiring and he wanted to do the voice, or he got accepted to do the voice. So he was supposed to go do the voice. And
Oh, I didn't
Yeah,
know
because
that.
I know he
That was on
mentioned
the
that
voice.
he said that he thought that they were going to pick him back up, but they were like, no, we're not picking you up. He was
as
like,
for Sunny, I'm gonna be real. I used to really enjoy Sunny. Then it kind of got still.
yeah. And
For
now
me,
the
I don't,
Sonny,
Uh,
I don't see, I don't see character development. And for some folks, I just don't know where they're gonna go. With Nyla,
I
she would be much better on ROH
yeah.
because their
mm,
women's division is a lot better built than AEW's. Um, but that's me. Um,
I get what you're saying about Sunny Kiss though. Like I like Sunny Kiss, but if I were to see Sunny Kiss on TV every week, I'd probably get tired of Sunny Kiss pretty quickly.
I think Sonny even mentioned in that little documentary that they wanted to maybe even go into the women's division because they are necessarily transitioning and going through things. So I would have even liked to see that story where it's like Sonny was a different type of wrestler. If you can have what's his name? Danhausen come out there and do one or two spots. You telling me you can't put Sonny out there for one or two things? Like you have Orange Cassidy come out there, do a match, and he just pretends to be lazy about it, but he's really good at it. Sonny can have some of the spots that are just dead air. I do not want to watch QTV every week. You
Well,
can pick
another
up.
thing is all those people are playing for comedy. Is Sunny Kiss playing for comedy?
See, I don't think
Sonny
so.
Kiss does.
Sunny
He does.
Kids pulling ratings.
Yeah,
All the people that you mentioned are ratings. Danhausen does really good when it comes to selling merch. Like from a business standpoint, you have to look at what is creating money, what is creating buzz. Sunny was on Dark Elevation, was on ROH almost weekly, and folks would watch it and would want to see the matches, but the numbers would be low. Like you
yeah,
have to look at financially and fiscally what makes sense.
Yeah,
As much as I like Brian Pillman Jr., I have to accept he was when he was on TV, he was not doing the best. As much as I like Jack Perry, I know he had to get a revamp because he wasn't pulling in the numbers like he should have been. Like he was doing okay, but not the best. And that's the problem when it comes to wrestling. We have to look at it as a business as well as entertainment. Would I love to see Keith Lee be the main champion? Hell yeah. Him and Swerve all day, every day. Let them fight it out. Did I want to see Big Swole beat the bricks off of Britt Baker? Yes, I did. Am I pissed that she never got that chance? Yes, I am. Can I get Trisha Dora to beat up Britt Baker instead? I don't know. But I have to look at it like what I want may not make the most sense. And if I get what I want, like with Kofi Mania, when I'm happy and I'm watching this product and it's interesting to me because finally someone different has the belt and then it's crushed and then no rematch. Like,
Yeah, but I think that's more on Tony because he's not giving them the opportunity to show that they can do and bring in more people. My thing about it is, if Sonny was a beginning, you had enough faith when you first started the company to put him out for interviews and talk shows and different things. Sonny and Nyla were head face with Cody and the Bucks. Every interview I saw, they were sitting together. But all of a sudden, when they brought people to the building in the yard, it's like, oh, we don't necessarily need you no more. You can go get to the back of the bus. And it's like, no, that's not fair. Because some of us have gotten invested in that. Sunny Kiss, only time I saw merchandise for Sunny was during Pride Month. And it's like, why
Uh,
is that? Nyla's shirts and stuff were just plain Jane. Wasn't nothing special about it to want to buy it. It's like, you know exactly what you're doing when you box somebody in the corner that they can't get out of.
we got one storyline with Sunny Kiss, and it was on Dark, and that was with Joey Janela.
it was supposed to be something bigger, but
Yeah.
apparently Joey pissed off people in the back and
I mean,
trying to.
this is one of those unanswerable questions, right? It's a chicken or the egg. Is Sunny Kiss not over more because she doesn't bring people to the stadium, or they don't bring people to the stadium, or because they're not getting a bigger push? We don't. I mean, it's one or the it's one or the other. It's somewhere in the middle. It's both, right? So they're not getting enough push, probably because they're not getting enough ratings, and maybe they're not getting enough ratings because they're not getting enough push. I mean, I don't know. It's one of those cyclical things that you can't really. It's hard to determine why. I'm a big Sunny Kiss fan, but there is some disconnect too. Like, people say a lot of things and then do different things, right? So everyone says, "Oh yeah, we like Sunny Kiss," but then no one watches their matches. So, I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how you reconcile that, right?
I'm
Um,
beginning to see with people going to GCW that it might be a Tony problem. I used to be like, it's a you problem. But no, it's a Tony problem. Because I can look at Marina Shafir and look at her matches outside of AEW and go, oh my gosh, she's really good. I really enjoy her matches. I really enjoy seeing her. But then if she shows up into AEW, I'm like, who is that? I don't know who that is. I don't want to see that. Maki Ito, I saw her at AEW first, and I was like, I do not like this character. I don't know what this is. I see this character in a different way in GCW. I'm like, every time she comes out, I pop. I lose my mind. Trisha Dora, I see her on ROH, and I'm like, I like her. But when I see her wrestle other places, I'm like, oh my God, I cannot wait to see her. And it's like,
Uh,
that doesn't translate.
well,
yeah,
there's
Maki
always
Ito's not handcuffed in GCW like she is going to AEW. You can't say certain things. You can't
right.
do certain things. You have to wrestle certain ways. Like,
I mean,
you can't be too out of the box.
yeah,
GCW is all about being out of the box. They don't want you to be in the box at all.
exactly.
But
Yeah, I
you
mean,
got to remember, Mox can be out of the box in AEW, GCW, New Japan,
Mox
anywhere
has
he.
that pulling power. Mox
yeah,
has
Mox
that
brings. I
star
mean, Mox
power.
fills
You
stadiums,
cannot
so
put them
yeah,
in the same box as Mox.
Yeah,
If
they're
Mox
not.
was, well, if Mox was back to Mox before WWE, he would not be able to do the same things that he does now. He had to prove himself and build himself up. When it comes to certain folks, though, I will say sometimes karma bites you in the ass when someone is speaking out on to help you on your behalf, and instead of having their back, you suck up to your boss on Twitter. Shit don't always pan out the way that you want it to.
Yeah.
But
Just
also,
there, so for certain folks who maybe should reevaluate their stances on things.
Yeah.
When you suck up to your boss, it don't always pay off with those championship rings as long as you would like them to. The TV time that you would like. Just pay attention
uh,
to what people are saying and how things are reacted to.
Yeah.
also, Tony hired Mox knowing he wasn't going to work inside that box. He left WWE to exit outside the box.
Sure.
Like,
Yeah. I mean, there's no mistake why GCW only does pay-per-views, right? I mean, they don't have a weekly show because their wrestling isn't going to fly on national television. So, I mean, the
mhm.
reality is that in order to be on TNT or TBS or USA, or you have to do what WWE and AEW have done, which is ban moves and slow people down and do stuff that's much more family friendly and TV friendly. I mean, so less blood, less whatever, all that stuff. I mean, and as a result, people are different wrestlers in that environment than they are when they're off on their own in the indie environment where they can do whatever they want to do.
Yeah, because even with Marina Shafir, she is the same person everywhere. It's not too much different. I just don't know why she's not connecting in AEW and she's connecting everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's like she's not doing like blood feuds or anything like that. She is just straight wrestling. And it's when you see her on GCW and other shows, it's like I cannot not watch it. It's entertaining. Whereas I'm honest, when she comes on AEW, sometimes I look at her and she comes out and she's just like gun ho to lose. I'm like, let me turn my TV. I'm about to get up and walk. And you hate to be like that. It's like I do that with WWE. Why do you keep giving me these matches that have no reason, rhyme or reason, to ever be on my TV?
Yeah.
And I've said it with UALW. I understand I screamed along with millions of others, give divas a chance, give women a chance. But now you've given some people too many chances. It's time for you to cut their cord and let them go. I watched Dana Brooke tonight wrestle with a kendo stick and a girl she's trying to help by, I'm gonna help you learn how to win. Let's just cartwheel and gymnastic together. That's not gonna work for me. That's not gonna work for me.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's a really tough question. I don't. I mean, who draws and who doesn't. I haven't seen those numbers. I'd like to see those numbers just out of curiosity. But I mean, there's got to be a reason why. I mean, it's more than just so and so like so and so. I mean, at least I hope so. I assume that. I mean, Vince and Tony Khan are both businessmen, and in theory, yeah, they have their likes that they want so and so to be pushed and such. But they're also not stupid people. I mean, okay, let me rephrase that. They do stupid things a lot, but I don't think they're not dumb businessmen. Let's put it that way. And so, um,
I'm
I
beginning to think
they make
Tony
these
doesn't
decisions
get it.
for a reason, and I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I don't like Roman Reigns, but he's the face of WWE for a reason, and clearly Vince is right because people fucking love him. I mean, he's
Yeah,
extremely over. I mean, he fills stadiums. I mean, he fills whatever. So, you know, he doesn't care what I think. He cares what the masses think, and the masses
yeah.
say we like Roman Reigns. So,
I
I
don't
mean,
know if you
you had him
guys
in number one, or you had not number one, but you had him on your list as one of your favorite wrestlers. So,
yeah, he was
I
number
mean,
one. But
huh?
see, this is the thing about it.
Number
Have
one.
you seen what was going on Twitter today about the numbers and people making fun of TBS and Warner Brothers by saying, "Oh, you're happy about this," showing that on average WWE's numbers are going up, whereas AEW numbers are going drastically down. And it's like, but Warner Brothers is happy about it. And I'm like, that's the statement they put out all the time. They are going down the hill, and you have to realize at a certain point, I'm giving you this, and now I'm giving you this, and it's not working out here. Maybe I should go back to giving you this. They're still like, no, we just gonna middle of the road it. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Sometimes we got 99 different distraction finishes throughout the day, and we just have to figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, it
The
doesn't.
powers
Here's the
that
thing.
be made him take Punk back
I mean, the thing
as
is
it
it
helped
doesn't.
ratings.
It doesn't
No,
really. It doesn't really matter. I mean, yes, you want to do. I mean, the fact that WWE does, a million and a half or 2 million viewers for Raw and SmackDown, and AEW does, half a million viewers or 800,000 for Dynamite and 400,000 for Rampage and 500,000 for Collision. Doesn't. I mean, it matters. It makes a difference. But what really matters is the rating that they have on that channel for that time spot and that night. Like Collision, even with only 500,000 viewers, is still the highest rated show on that channel on Saturday evening, or the highest rated show on TV on Saturday night. So, I mean,
Mhm.
because nobody does ratings on Saturday night. So, as long as you're the highest rated show in your time spot, you're doing well. I mean, that's why Warner Brothers is still happy because they're still, pulling more than anybody else. It's just not as much as WWE, or maybe as much as they might do on another night. I mean, you got to remember, WWE's been around for, 60 years, 70 years too. I mean, and it's still, you still have a lot of people that only watch WWE that haven't even come to AEW yet, So give AEW 5 more years, give them 10 more years. Once they've been, a company 15, 20 years, then let's talk about, the actual, what they're doing on a, nightly basis or whatever with
I
their
think the
show.
only reason why it's okay to talk about them doing it now is because when they were doing good, they were on this high horse. They want to talk about it then.
Yeah,
Now they're on
sure.
the low. It's like, well, we're a freshly start. Cause no, you can talk crap at the top. You can talk crap at the bottom. We understand is the time frame, but if you can gloat about your numbers being so great, we're just a newer company. We're doing over a million. We're doing just great. When your stuff is trash, you have to accept that folks are gonna dunk on you every chance they get.
Well, sure. When I win name that superstar, which I haven't yet, but when I do, it'll be the best edition to name that superstar we played. If I don't lose, it's a fucking shitty edition, and you all fucking suck. So, yeah, the game's no fun, and you all are bad. So, I mean, that's the way it is, right? I mean, that's the way
You're
it
a
is with
sore loser.
everybody to a
You're a
certain
sore
extent.
loser.
So,
Tupac is a sore loser. No, I'm not even gonna talk about Tupac. That's my birthday twin. But
but I mean, that's common nature, right? I mean, yeah, and especially in the beginning, like if you're AEW and you have the first year they have, of course you're going to talk a lot of shit. Yeah, look what we're doing, and we're doing it. We're a 1 year, 2 year company, and you've been around for 70 years, WWE, and look at what we're doing. But yeah, I mean, it does lose its ring a little bit after 4 or 5 years when some things have
I
started to
think
drop off,
Tony takes
and
things personal.
yeah, and when people have started to realize that you have your flaws too, right? Like for a
Yeah.
while, it's like, oh, it's AEW. It's way better than WWE. Everything's great, and now you realize it has some of its flaws too. So people realize what's going on, and then you make your decision long term what you're gonna,
You came
whether
off as a land of opportunity, the brass ring, and then now everybody's saying, not what exactly what I thought it was. I get some perks, but is it worth it? Like I get to travel around and do what I want when I want. I'm not so busy all the time. But again, is that helping me raise my value in stock for my character?
yeah,
Yeah. And
One of
right.
the biggest things with AEW is they used to have this perception of listening to the fans, but now they have a perception of Tony Khan never changes the plan.
yeah,
But that's
Once he has something planned out, it will not change.
that's because the fans want shit to be rushed. That is part of the problem. And we heard it here tonight, actually. And ALW does it all the time too with Jack Perry. Y'all gotta learn how to have patience with
yeah.
folks and let shit play out and see how it goes. We can't always have these quick fucking things, but we also can't have the saga and the epic of like Roman Reigns. There has to be a middle ground. AEW has started to find a middle ground, Impact does it better. It's something for everyone. Going back to what you said, Dolores, if you do your character right and you want to expound outside of WWE, then going to AEW or Impact makes the most sense financially. Let's be very real and let's be very honest. Could Seth Rollins go back to being Tyler Black? No, he would not do too well outside of the WWE bubble once he starts wrestling again. Why? Because he's gotten so used to that WWE style, he's gotten comfortable in it. Roman Reigns could never leave WWE and do well unless potentially acting. He wrestling, he only knows WWE.
Yeah.
It's why all like Trinity and Mercedes wrestling with other people for so long. You have to get out of that WWE style of wrestling to do well. Most of your big stars in WWE, if they were to leave WWE, would not do very well. The fact that Mox can go and win a grappling championship,
Yeah. He did. He did really good.
if
It's like,
you if you want to actually wrestle and not just do sports entertainment forever, you have to leave WWE. If all you want to do is sports entertainment and stay stagnant in one style, stay in WWE.
yeah. I think, and also what you're saying is true about these like selling things. Roman Reigns is their top seller. I hate to admit it, but when they making money, they shove you down their throat. Alexa and that dog. I swore after the first month I was gonna find every dollar, just burn it down because I was like, I'm tired of looking at this raggedy doll. I really am. Mind you, I'm the girl who has a doll from a childhood that I still have. Okay, but I was like, that doll is creepy. It's not good. And then I started seeing little kids go, that doll is cool. Can you buy that doll? Oh, I like that doll. And then my nephew was like, look at that doll. I was like, oh, so y'all are sucking in little kids and people who like weird things to buy this. And then that was the top merch seller. This whole 1,000 Roman Reigns, like different shirts they have, they sell all of those things quick. And so I can see why they're like, we just gonna keep shoving Roman. Where I'm like, I'm sick of it. They're like, as long as he keep making the money, I'm gonna keep holding on to it. And I
Um,
can understand it.
Gotta disagree with you there because LA Knight is their number one seller, and he also has like the third and fourth spots as well. And they ain't pushing him no more. When Trinity was trending on Twitter worldwide for weeks, they didn't push her. It's all about, to be quite honest, who Vince would want to smash.
I think that,
Y'all think it's a joke, but think about it. Your main people that get super pushed are people that Vince wants to smash, or he just cannot deny them anymore. Sami Zayn being one of them. It was already a bad look going to Saudi Arabia, knowing Sami Zayn.
They're still trying to deny him.
Yeah, but knowing Sami Zayn could not go to Saudi Arabia for so long and going made him look bad. The fact that every time they would go, Sami Zayn would raise all this money for Syria made them look terrible. When they finally got their way and he was able to go, now they give him a little push. Now we're gonna make you more of a focal point, and then when we come back, we're gonna push you back down.
yeah, see, and I think when I was talking about the merch sale, that's what I was looking at the other day. They said that Roman Reigns has multiple. That's why he's at one now. He has the God mode, the Life is Still Not Fair shirt, the Acknowledge Me, your Tribal Chief shirt, the full track suit jacket, which Chase bought online, and I was looking at him as he bought it. And I was like, "Oh, you really love Roman Reigns? Don't you? You really love Roman Reigns?" And then I thought Cody would have been first, But Cody's second because they said he only has the American Nightmare, the weightlifting belt, the Claim Your Kingdom T-shirt and hoodies, and then Stone Cold is still number like he's still selling stuff, and he's three. And I'm like, who is still buying Stone Cold stuff now? And they were like, yeah, he averages $3.5 million on average per year. And it's like, okay, well, then LA Knight came along with his LA Knight shirts, the Yeah shirts, and all of that. But I'm like, okay. And NWO is still selling stuff. I'm
Yeah,
like,
it boggles my mind with that though of this narrative, like because he Stone Cold makes WWE millions and millions of dollars each and every year, and yet they'll still hold on to this notion of he took his ball and went home because he didn't want to do a job on TV instead of a pay-per-view.
but you know what? I think that's somewhat in the beginning. I've changed my mind. Somewhat in the beginning. I used to think that them calling him out like that, Vince really doesn't give two flying who you are. If he feels like he's gonna get the upper hand on you on national live TV. So when he did what he did to other and when you listen to different documentaries or behind the scenes interviews, it's like Vince doesn't care. And if he can embarrass you worldwide, he will do that. And so it's like I did not when I heard them say what they said about Trinity and Naomi live on TV, I thought that's just Vince being a petty a-hole. That's all he's doing. He's
Hmm.
gonna make sure he tries to demean and embarrass somebody. He doesn't care who it is. Long as it's just happened to be that he really had anger that especially two black women had enough nerve to stand up to somebody. He was like, oh, okay, you want to be like that? I'm going to embarrass you. But I wasn't surprised by it, no. But it's like, I kind of, I don't like what he did, but I also can understand like I said it before, you're not bigger than the group, okay? Ain't nobody come to see you, Otis, okay? He has a thing of, we're going to keep it moving. If there had been him and Punk sitting next to each other, first of all, it would never happen. Second of all, if they were sitting there and he was acting outright, Punk would have been packing his stuff up and going home. You ain't gonna disrespect me. You're gonna disrespect me publicly, and you ain't gonna fight behind the scenes and screw up my money. You got to go. Where Tony Khan's like, why can't we all be friends? Why can't we hold hands and be great with each other? You can't do that all the time.
But there's
This is
also
To be fair, I don't think Tony hired him back. I think Warner hired him back and made Tony put him on the show.
Warner hired him back, yes, but it's the fact that you are now putting your name. This is the Triple H effect. Triple H says, I'm in charge. We know Vince is back there running stuff, but he puts his name on it. I'm in charge. So when stuff goes wrong, you know who we should say did it? It shouldn't be, oh, Vince changed this. It should be, Triple H, why you do this? And then when he said, I didn't do it, Vince did it. No, but you said you in charge. The buck stops with you. That's the lie you told. Tony, you got on interviews and said, well, I wanted him back, and I think this will work, and this is what I wanted. So you need to be for the blame. You taking the bullet for everybody. And that's what
Same
Triple
energy.
H people do. I
there's
ain't
a
even know how to
different
do it.
there is a difference between an actual sports businessman and someone who changed his organization from sports to sports entertainment to evade taxes and having to
Yeah.
classify workers as actual workers. Tony Khan, as much as I enjoy giving him grief in on this and on Twitter because shits and giggles is fun for me, he also is a part of multiple other organizations in which he has a standard that he has to maintain and conduct himself in. While Warner may have made him take CM Punk back, he cannot outright say, well, this is because of Warner Media, because that could destroy potential millions of billions of dollars. If he were today to say, FAEW and dissolve the company. There's nothing anybody could do because it's a private company. He has to answer to no one except for his father. That
He
is
could he could have swerved around that question. It's many ways you could have swerved around that question. You could have been like, "I'm glad he's back." That's all you could have said. You didn't have to go in depth. I wanted him back. I feel like this is a great fit for us. You went on and
but
on
you
and on and kept
also
the
have to
responsibility.
look at while we can say that on the outside looking in, he is also in the middle of contract negotiations with an organization who is known to cut stuff within the blink of an eye. They had a hugely popular and like going to be successful Degrassi rerun set up to go. Everybody was ready to watch it,
I
and they
told
pulled
you.
up. They have produced movies and series and pulled the plug from their streaming services because they can. Tony Khan has to focus on getting the bag. If Warner Brothers Discovery Media tells him get Cody Rhodes back, he will be trying to get Cody Rhodes back. Why? Because the money says to do it. He has
They
to do
tried.
it.
They
He
tried.
has to do it. And he also has to look good in front of other people. These people behind the scenes know he doesn't really mean the things that he may have to say, but as the face of the company, it has to be unified, it has to be standard. He has to say what he has to say. It's the same thing as when these sources come out and say, well, Kenny Omega and CM Punk don't have any issues. That is because CM Punk never assaulted Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega was assaulted by Ace Steel. Have you ever heard Kenny Omega doesn't have issues with Ace Steel? That is why the Young Bucks legally protected themselves from Phillip Brooks saying any more slanderous and defamatory statements about them. Have you seen him say anything else like that? He'll make little pot shots, but he's
Yeah.
never going to outright say, oh, they went to so and so and said such and such. Why? Because this is a business. And with these private businesses, they move funny, they move slick, and they move in a way that protects them and F you. When it comes time to CM Punk's like contract, will he have one next time? Depends on these ratings. Will he
These
be around?
ratings have been sucking like
He
it. I don't know
could
what.
be, he could be a manager, he could be backstage, he could be a writer, he could be many other things. That is why Tony is smart. He is making sure, hey, let's get you doing other stuff besides wrestling because he's not pulling in that one meal like he's supposed to.
They see what everybody else see now is not gonna work out. And see, that's what I appreciate about WWE. They have a way of lying, which makes it when you find out they're lying afterwards, it's like, oh my God. I can't believe I remember watching the after show where Triple H was asked about the upcoming merger, and he was like, "I don't know what you're talking about." But as soon as I find out, you will find out. And then 2 weeks later, after they found out they announced the merger, Vince has been out on interviews. They asked Triple H at another pay per view like 3 weeks later. He goes, "Yeah, we had talked behind the scenes weeks ago, and I appreciate that." I'm like, "You liar." You liar. You knew this when you answered this 3 weeks ago. But you kept your composure. He said it so smooth, like, yeah, I don't know, but if they are, they are. If not, I don't know what you're talking about. And then 3 weeks later, you were openly admitting, I knew about it. And I'm happy for it. Ain't nothing got nothing to do with me. And I'm like, you such a liar. But okay. But I appreciate that because it's like you don't get yourself caught up. You don't get nobody else caught up. It is what it is. Whereas Tony will accept responsibility for everything. And then when stuff goes wrong, it's somebody else. Well, Tony, well, how did I think it was when Jericho fell in that them boxes. Tony, why would you do that? Or the exploding with John Moxley and Eddie Kingston. It didn't go right. I trusted professionals. And I thought that, and I listened to elder wrestlers who told me this was the best thing to do. And I'm like, okay, but 5 minutes ago before people gave you bad criticism, you were like, I did it all. I did it all. This was all me. No, take it. You did. You effed up. You effed up.
Hold on. Oh, whoa. When it comes to the Mox and Kingston thing, you cannot blame Tony Khan because he did have to listen to the professionals on that. Because if he didn't, and one of them got set on fire, and he wasn't supposed to,
He didn't get his money back. He got his money back for that. But even with the box situation, okay, yes, you have to do the boxes for safety. But good God, man, you'd have to shoot it once the boxes were exposed. You zoomed in on them laying on the boxes,
blame
and I'm like, what was that for? AEW has. Sometimes I be getting to wonder if WWE's cameramen now work for AEW. They be shaking all over the place. They be missing stuff. The other day when Pat came out as the last entrant, the show that he was gonna be in the match, I saw Pat before they even said, "Oh my God, there goes Pat." I'm like, yeah, I saw him like 2 minutes ago. He was standing on the ramp.
It's just how it goes sometimes. I will like to call attention before we go ahead and wrap up to the fact that I just happened to hop on Twitter and I saw the name Keith Lee trending.
Oh yeah.
Because it was really weird because then I saw the name Strickland trending with Keith Lee and I was like, what the MMA people? It's Sean Strickland versus Keith Lee, the food blogger, whatever. And it's just like, holy shit! They gotta change his name. They just got something gotta change.
Yeah, I watched that whole
We need an emoji. We need something because I cannot deal with this.
And this is crazy, ladies and gentlemen, because I watched this like too much. I was in on this before it got on Twitter, and Keith Lee had to put out a statement. Sean Strickland, the MMA guy, and Keith Lee, who is an MMA guy, now turned food blogger or whatever, helping communities in Vegas, had a conversation after practice one day where they were like practicing for upcoming MMA show. And Strickland even admits on the podcast, I used to be racist. I don't know how you used to be. And I know how to antagonize people. So when we were having a conversation as a group of people, it was him, Keith Lee, and two other people. I told him, I F black women. Keith Lee got mad. He's like, and I know you probably sleep with white women. And Keith Lee's like, no, I'm married. I have kids. I don't know what you talking about. But he said, Keith Lee said, I left the conversation. Strickland goes on a podcast and says that Keith Lee says, F all Caucasian people in the world. Causes him to get so much hate, causes him to lose his endorsement. And so Keith Lee had to literally call the other two people, record them saying that they had never heard him say anything like that in order to get his endorsements and stuff back. Because he's like, those are thousands of dollars that I'm losing because he got on this podcast and said this. And Strickland admitted, I've said racist things. I used to be really racist. And I said this racist thing to upset him. Nobody said that. They just said this man hate. And I was like, as soon as I saw it, and I was like, oh, wrestling people are going to think Swerve Strickland versus Keith Lee. Not
it happens every time. Every time Keith Lee, the MMA food blogger, trends, yeah, it happens. It pops up. It actually pops up under. Sometimes it's Combat Sports. Sometimes it's AEW, and it's really weird. We never know which is going to be. But anybody else have anything else they would like to say before I do Clown of the Week and we wrap it on up?
I have one thing. I am looking forward to the day that we get a Malachi versus Seth Rollins feud again, because there's so much that can be done with that. You took my eye. Well, you took my last name and my disciple. So,
like, buddy, you took my girlfriend. I kissed your sister. Okay, I'm gonna get CM the solo. Solo.
All right. So before we head out, I'm just gonna go ahead and do my clown of the week. Keep it real simple. Keep it real funky. Clown of the week goes back to CM Punk. CM Punk, you are the voice of the voiceless. You are so loud and so pulling for everybody who was striking before. But you are part of SAG. Um, I've been mighty quiet about the strikes. Hmm. Why has there been no promo? Why aren't you on the picket lines? Why aren't you like putting out tweets? I see Ryan Nemeth. I see the Young Bucks making sure to feature this information about the strike and provide context about the strike, but I don't see Philip Brooks. And I know that you're a member of SAG. Why? Because you're on heels. What does that mean? When it comes to certain shows and productions, you cannot act on it unless you are a part of SAG after. Hmm. Why? What is it, Phil? Is it when you're only against certain people? Or is it because the person that you owe money to is also technically on strike and you don't want to give him any shine? What is it, Philip? Tell us all. We want to know. You ain't got to worry about it. We listen. You got that microphone, bruh. Speak on it. And if you can cut a promo on anybody on anything and get away with it, why won't you speak on this? Hmm. Hmm. Seems like a hypocrite to me. But what do I know? Clown of the week goes to Philip Brooks. Because Philip Brooks is a hypocrite and a jackass. I just don't like liars. But yeah. So let's wrap it on up. We have a lot of stuff happening to this entire week.
Yeah, Philip has been your clown of the week a lot. So I just leave his name scrolling at the bottom.
Well, I decided I felt like I was costing Tony Khan too much in premium. Um, so yeah, and since I don't get a cut of that, I decided to switch it up. And the straight edge guy isn't gonna go, get the yayo. So hey.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is our schedule. And next week, we're going to talk about what's going on next week, okay? Tuesday is Thing Stars at 10 a.m. It's a Twitch exclusive. You'll see me, ALW, and Sammy talking about the upcoming stars from New Japan Pro Wrestling, GCW, and Stardom. Yes, I will be talking about the G1 again, okay? Tuesday night at 10:30, which is tonight. 10:30, live on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. You will see the cookout. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to make it clear. With the Twitch exclusives, I might give you a little sneak. I might pull it off a piece of the meat and give it to you on Facebook, ladies and gentlemen, because I know we all ain't got Twitch. On Wednesday, which is tomorrow at 11:30 p.m., the new time, you will see all for not with me, ALW, and Sammy talking about Raw NXT. You'll hear me cry about that there. On what? On Twitch, because it's a Twitch exclusive. And next Thursday, not this Thursday, next Thursday, you see, I'm hype about this. We have the aftermath of Dynamite at 10:15. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, that wasn't it. The aftermath of Dynamite at 10:15. Okay, that's gonna be on live on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. Okay, Friday is Friday Night Fight at 8 p.m. Okay, this Friday we're gonna be watching SmackDown and Rampage. Okay, it starts off with me, Sammy, and Anika, the unruly kids, ladies and gentlemen, watching SmackDown, and then we have to let our parents in the house, CM and ALW, to come watch Rampage. They just be taking all the fun away. And then Saturday is Under the Radar at 11 a.m. And guess what? That's a Twitch exclusive. That's at 11 a.m. where you catch CM and ALW talking about BTE, MLW, everything that you want to know about, but you just ain't got time to watch. Okay? And then Saturday. It's Saturday night is all right at 8 p.m. Okay? And that's when we watch Collision. Okay? So make sure you're here. And remember next week, Aftermath of Dynamite, I'm going to be talking about it. We are going to be covering at the end of the month, July, the Great American Bash. Okay? So make sure you're here for that. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a great long time. We've had some viewers, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you click stay with the notifications, community tab, click that link tree, because we are definitely here and we're everywhere. And we're going to start dropping little bit short here, there, everywhere. So make sure you don't miss it. Because you might miss some greatness if you don't click on one of these links. Okay? So, everybody ready? Everybody ready? Let's just say a P